Hey folks!
Hi there.
Chad and Bunny from
The Chad and Bunny Show.
And what are we watching on Don O'Malley's breakfast cereal show today?
Killers from Space.
Ooh, that's the last word in science fiction thrills, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Ah,
Do you think Don's going to be in this?
I bet he is.
He's going to pop in?
I bet he will.
Do you think he's going to bring his cereal with him?
I'm sure he will.
Do you want to eat his cereal?
No, I want to say hi, Don.
Yeah, we'll say hi, Don, but no eating his cereal. So hope you enjoyed the show.
Killers from Space.
Go.
Hello, this is Don O'Malley with Don's Breakfast Cereal Show.
Don.
What?
Don.
What?
Stay there.
Right here?
Yes.
Hello, this is Don O'Malley with Don's Breakfast Cereal Show. Thanks for tuning in. Today we have Killers from Space starring... You know, I can't see a thing. Where's my glasses?
They're there.
Ah, that's much more better. Hello, this is Don O'Malley with Don's Breakfast Cereal Show. Thanks for tuning in to my holiday special, Killers from Space, starring the great Peter Graves, who's best known for his Mission Impossible. So hope you enjoy the film. Wait a second. Why do I feel you guys gave me the glasses with the nose and this mustache? Oh, I'm going to kill you guys.
Soledad Flats, Nevada. The time, 6:15 a.m. The climax of arduous planning. Operation A-bomb test underway.
Detonation minus 2 minutes.
Military personnel, from buck private to top-ranking brass. Men from research and news services move into position. The bomb-carrying plane makes its initial run. Radar with eyes that never sleep. Special equipment go into operation. All orders are carried out with split-second precision. Warning is given to all commercial aircraft to stay out of the test area.
Detonation minus 70 seconds.
Planes take to the air, carrying sensitive instruments and nuclear scientists, ready to record the radioactivity from the closest possible vantage point.
Detonation minus 40 seconds.
The bomb-carrying plane nears the target. Tension mounts as all members of the flight crew anticipate the task to pinpoint the bomb on a tiny circle of Earth below. Now the plane wings its way toward ground zero. Warning signal is sounded. All observers prepare for the blinding flash of the bomb.
Detonation minus 20 seconds.
Command of the plane is given to the bombardier. Ground zero dead ahead. The key man now goes into action. Bomb bay doors open.
Detonation minus 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
And this is the beginning.
Before we get started, does anyone want to get out?
Now, have the figures ready. Tar Baby 2. Over.
Go ahead, Tar Baby 2.
We're circling ground zero at radius of 7.5 miles. Altitude 15,000 feet. Airspeed 450. Stand by.
Roger and over.
She's all yours.
This is Dr. Martin. Here are the readings. 0.378 negative, second indicator. 1.08 negative. Radiation 0.4. Over.
Roger, proceed according to plan.
Wilco and out.
Take her in closer.
Okay, Dr. Martin.
Looks like I picked the wrong week to quit drinking.
We'll have to keep at least 2 miles from the center of the column. Radiation was too strong.
What's that thing shining below?
This might be some new form of Russian propaganda.
Looks like a fireball. Better check.
Looks like I picked the wrong week to quit sniffing glue.
Dr. Martin, we're in trouble.
Pull out!
Pull out! I can't!
Looks like I picked the wrong week to quit amphetamines.
The controls are frozen!
Tar Baby 2 from base. Come in, Tar Baby 2. Come in, Tar Baby 2. We've lost contact, sir. Baker 2, sir. Yes, sir. All patrol craft in test area. This is a mayday. Repeat, this is a mayday. Proceed to segment Baker 17. Search for Tar Baby 2.
Control from Tar Baby 7. Wreckage sighted southwest corner, Soledad Flats. Ship appears completely demolished. No sign of survivors. Over.
Roger, Tar Baby 7. Circle wreckage at 1000 feet until arrival of helicopter rescue unit.
Dr. Kruger, Colonel Banks speaking. Would you mind coming into my office right away, please? Thank you. As I was saying, our search planes found the wreckage of your husband's plane, Mrs. Martin. A rescue crew was sent out, but...
But they must have reached the wreckage hours ago. Why can't they find him?
I honestly don't know, Mrs. Martin. Yes, come in.
Ellen.
Kurt. Colonel Banks. Isn't there any hope?
I'm afraid not, Mrs. Martin. They found the pilot dead in the wreckage. And according to all reports, no one could have bailed out. I'm terribly sorry, Mrs. Martin.
Hey, Wilma, I'm home.
Dr. Martin! Dr. Martin, are you all right?
I am, yes.
It's Dr. Martin. Call the base hospital. Come on, Doctor. Come on.
All right, look up to your right.
Now look over to your left.
Last time I trusted someone, I lost an eye.
All right, you get up now.
He's still skinny.
Well, everything seems all right. Except, can't you recall anything that happened from the time your plane crashed until...
I remember the controls froze. The next thing I saw was the main gate of the base.
Your plane was completely demolished, the pilot burned to death, and you show up the picture of health. Are you sure you weren't driven here?
Positive.
You don't remember where you got this? You know, your medical chart shows no indication of any scars on your body.
I must have got it in a crash.
Now, this was surgery. A very skillful incision.
I've never had an operation.
Now, that's what I don't understand.
You and I are going to have a conversation later that you won't enjoy.
Mr. Briggs.
Colonel Banks.
How are you, Mr. Briggs?
Fine, how are you?
Fine. I see the FBI doesn't waste much time.
Well, not if we can help it, Colonel.
Oh, you know our base surgeon, Major Clift?
Sure. How have you been, Major?
How do you do? Well, I guess you gentlemen have business to discuss.
Oh, no, this won't take a minute. Sit down.
Sit down, please, gentlemen. Cigarette.
Oh, thank you.
I understand you've already talked with Dr. Martin.
I just left him. You know, Colonel, according to my files, Dr. Martin is just about the key man on this nuclear project.
Yes, along with Dr. Kruger, he is.
Well, I know they're both good friends, and, both have knowledge and access to top-secret information.
Well, that's very true, but that's no reason to suspect that
Well,
they...
we can suspect anything, Colonel, until Dr. Martin accounts for every minute from the time of the crash.
The shock must have caused a mental block. His mind doesn't want to remember the details. The origin of the scar on his chest, how he got back to the base under his own power.
Did you ever stop to think that perhaps this Dr. Martin isn't really the Dr. Martin?
You do realize that's nuts, don't you?
What I mean is that this man could be an imposter.
Watch out, Batman. This could be tricky.
Rick speaking. Oh, they did come through, huh? They do check. That's what I've been waiting for, thanks. Get me Colonel Banks at the base, please. No, I'll wait.
Oh, yes, Mr. Briggs. Any news on the line you were getting on Dr. Martin?
Just heard from Washington. Well, I was wrong. This is our man, all right. His prints and description check right down the line. Now, here's what I suggest you do.
But you say he's in excellent physical condition, yet you're keeping him in the base hospital. Why?
Mrs. Martin, you must realize that your husband is engaged in a highly secret work. If this experience had, well, affected his mind...
Are you trying to tell me that Doug is...
No. It's nothing serious, Mrs. Martin. His reflexes are excellent. Except for that one lapse of memory, his mind is perfectly clear.
Isn't that natural under the circumstances?
Yes. Except for the question of the scar on his chest.
I know he didn't have it before the crash.
Well, I'm sure he didn't, Mrs. Martin. But you see, it would be impossible for a wound of this size to have healed so quickly and without medical attention.
Well, you can't keep him here indefinitely.
Well, we don't intend to. We've asked you to come down here because we've decided to let you take him home, provided you can keep him quiet and he gets enough rest.
I understand. Now we'll just have to take that vacation he's been wanting for so long.
Vacation? To watch him, you'd think you never heard of one.
Yes, he must have asked me 100 times when the next test was scheduled. He's anxious to take his own readings again.
Well, he did have a key part in the planning of these projects.
Well, is there anything he should or shouldn't be allowed to do?
No. Except...
He does need diversion. Anything that won't upset or excite him.
I see. Movies, bridge, drives, things like that.
Well, you're the doctor now. Just see that he gets plenty of rest.
Thank you. Goodbye, Colonel.
Goodbye. See you later, Major.
Boogie, boogie, boogie.
Doug, what's the matter?
I can't sleep.
What time is it?
After 3. I think I'll get myself a glass of milk. Give me squadron operations. Duty desk, please. Helen, what did you get up?
I've never been so insulted in my life.
Well, it's early yet. This is Dr. Martin calling. Who is this speaking?
Sergeant Bandero. Anything I can do for you, Doctor?
I wondered if there were any last-minute orders on another atomic test. What do you mean you can't tell me?
Sorry, sir. Regulations. I can't give out information to anyone. No, sir. It won't do you any good to come down.
All right, we'll see about that. I've got to get out to the base right away. Alan, don't you agree with me? I've spent months preparing for this series of tests, and no sergeant is going to push me around now. Well, aren't you going to say anything?
No.
Look, I know they're ready for another test, and I should be there.
Can't you understand that they don't want you around for your own good?
I don't need their sympathy. There's nothing wrong with me.
Then why are you acting this way? You're all on edge. If you don't slow down, I don't know what's going to happen.
You really believe that, don't you?
If you won't take it easy for your own sake, please, do it for mine.
You're just wasting your breath, and that's no great loss either.
Hey. Hey, time to get up.
Go away.
All right, stay in bed all day. It's almost 11 o'clock.
What'd you say?
Said it was almost 11 o'clock.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. You go put the coffee on while I get dressed.
I don't care what you say. You had no right to go ahead without me. And you, Kurt, you didn't tell me either. Why? Orders, Doug. Orders? Nonsense. The least that could have been done would have been to let me know. I'm fine. I could have done my work.
I hate to say this, Dr. Martin, but in your present state, you're not considered a very good security risk.
Me? A security risk? My present state? What's the matter with me? How long am I to be considered?
Only temporarily. The results of the test will be available for your study when you return to work.
I am ready, Colonel.
To us, you're still a very sick man. My advice to you is to go home and relax, as you were ordered.
Relax, relax. And if I don't?
Then you'll be confined to the base hospital till you change your mind. Now, what's it going to be? Well, Doctor?
Oh, Dr. Martin. I didn't expect you back so soon.
Haven't you heard? I'm a mental case.
Can't even be trusted with my own work. Liable to go berserk at any minute. Colonel Banks will fill you in on the details. Don't tell me. Let me see. You're, I know. You're Miss Vincent, the secretary I share with,
Oh, Doctor, you can't be serious. There was no one in your office, so I thought you wouldn't mind.
Oh, that's all right. It's all right. As far as I'm concerned, you can take the rest of the day off.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I don't really belong here. I just came in to pick up a few personal things from my desk.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Either he's dead or my watch has stopped.
Main gate, please.
Just a minute, Doctor. Main gate, Sergeant Powers. Dr. Kruger? Dr. Kruger? No, he checked out. Yeah, about 20 minutes ago. Okay. Sorry to keep you waiting, Doctor.
That's all right.
Okay, Doctor. Will you sign out, please?
We'll post a couple of men outside of Dr. Kruger's office. Get me Colonel Banks at the Officers Club.
Thank you, Doctor. Good night.
Good evening, Dr. Kruger.
Yes?
My name's Briggs. I'm from the FBI.
Briggs. Briggs. Of course, I've heard of you.
I wonder if you'd mind returning to your office with me.
What seems to be the trouble?
Oh, just a few things we'd like to straighten out.
Concerns me?
Well, I'm afraid so, Doctor. Take your own car if you like. I'll meet you there.
All right, I will. The papers seem to be intact.
Is this all classified information, Doctor?
Of course.
You know, according to security regulations, that vault should have been locked before you left.
But I'm certain I did lock it.
All right, then tell me this. Who besides yourself has access to the combination?
Well, the colonel here and Dr. Martin.
Dr. Martin. He was in the building this afternoon.
That's right. We saw him in my office. He left around 4 o'clock on orders.
He dismissed his secretary a few minutes later, but he didn't sign out of here until 20 minutes after you left.
After I did? Well, there must be some mistake. I personally checked his office just as I was leaving, and he wasn't there.
You always do that, Doctor?
No, but Dr. Martin has been acting, well, quite strange of late.
Yes, he certainly has.
His wife telephoned to say that he hadn't come home as usual. I was very much concerned about it.
So am I. He still hasn't shown up yet. What kind of pipe tobacco do you use, Dr. Kruger?
Me? Why, I don't smoke at all.
Did you, Colonel?
Cigarettes? What are you driving at?
That's funny. How long has Dr. Martin been using this brand of tobacco?
Well, I really don't know. Why?
Now, Mrs. Martin, you say you have no idea where he could be at this hour.
Well, I know he's never been this late before without telephoning.
Well, I hate to ask this, but have you ever had any suspicion that there might be another woman?
Certainly not.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Martin.
Just why are you asking me these questions?
Well, let's put it this way. Has he made any new friends lately? You know, people not in the usual group.
No, the only people we've seen in months have been connected with the Institute. Excuse me. Hello? Yes, just a moment. It's for you, Mr. Briggs.
Thank you.
All units in Sector 7, Code 4. Repeating, Code 4. Be on the lookout for two-tone coupe. License number 1W67713. Repeating, all units, Code 4. Missing, Dr. Douglas P. as in Paul Martin. Male Caucasian, 32 years of age. Height 6'3". Weight 195 pounds. Color of hair blonde. Color of eyes blue. Last seen driving coupe. License number 1W67713.
Dr. Martin. What are you doing with this? Any special reason for placing it under this rock?
Okay. Where's your phone?
Over there behind the pumps.
Operator, give me Crestview 95359.
All units in Sector 7, Code 4. Repeating, Code 4. Be on lookout for two-tone coupe, license number 1W67713.
Operator, you sure you're dialing the right number? Well, try it again, will you? It's my home. There ought to be someone there now.
At junction of Highway 66 and Beach. Ambulance en route. Car 17, Code 7, 4th and Robert. Suspects may be armed. Repeating, Code 2 to all units. Dr. Douglas P. as in Paul Martin. Male Caucasian, 32 years of age. Height 6'3". Weight 195 pounds. Color of hair blonde. Color of eyes blue. Missing, Dr. Douglas P. as in Paul Martin. Male Caucasian. Repeating, Code 2 to all units.
Hey, mister!
Operator, give me the police, quick.
More bad news.
Calling car 6, Code 11. Come in, Briggs. Calling car 6. Calling car 6, Code 11. Code 11, Central calling. Come in, Briggs.
Hello, Central. Hello, Central. This is Briggs. This is Briggs. Come in.
Subject, Dr. Douglas Martin, last seen en Route 61, heading toward North Junction. Stopped at gas station, corner of Ridgewood and Mills Road. Acknowledge.
Roger. Briggs out.
I am your father.
They're here. They're gonna... Here. They're here. They're here. They're going to destroy us.
He's coming out of it. It's all right, Dr. Martin. You're with friends. You'll be all right.
Now let me go. Let me go.
Steady now. Steady, Doc. He'll kill everyone. We've got to stop now.
Easy, Doug. Easy.
What did you give him?
Sodium amytal.
Truth serum.
To deprive his mind of any imagination. I guess he'll make sense now. I'll get the recorder ready. Can you hear me, Dr. Martin?
Yes.
Now listen to me. I want you to count backwards from 100. Do you understand? Backwards from 100.
100. 99. 98. 97. 96. 95. 94.
Well, you can ask him questions now.
Dr. Martin, what were you doing with the information you took from Dr. Kruger's vault?
I was delivering it.
Delivering it? But where? To the rocks in Soledad Flats?
Yes. To Soledad Flats. There where we crashed. I was delivering it, just as I was ordered.
Who ordered you to do this, Dr. Morton?
I'll tell you the whole story.
Pardon me while I have a strange interlude.
I remember we were circling the atomic cloud. There was an object glowing beneath us at Soledad Flats. We were going down to investigate. Controls jammed. Couldn't pull out. When I regained consciousness, I was on a table. Next thing I knew, they were coming at me.
We three would make an ideal couple.
Their eyes, those horrible eyes. They didn't speak. I could see something strange and eerie pulsating in front of me. Then one of them lowered it toward my chest. It was my own heart. What happened? What is this place? Who are you? What are you doing to me?
Can't you speak? Who are you?
Step forward. Dr. Martin, I see you are quite well. You have recovered from your unfortunate accident.
Who are you?
A scientist, like yourself.
Where do you come from?
From a planet, yet unknown to you.
You know my name. You speak English.
We speak every language.
Can't expect me to believe that. I'm getting out of here.
Stay where you are.
Who are you?
I have already told you that.
How did you get here?
Here. In our machines magnetically propelled across the electron bridge we have created.
Electron bridge?
You mean you come and go, just like that? Without anyone ever seeing you?
Our ships have been sighted on numerous occasions by your people.
Then why haven't we been able to track one down?
We have a warning system similar to your primitive radar. Our machines are set to change course at the mere approach of a pursuing object.
Let's say I do believe you. Where are we right now?
In a cavern within the upper crust of the Earth.
How long have you been here?
Since the beginning of your experiments in nuclear fission.
What have you got to do with that?
We are accumulating the energy released with each of your atomic explosions. One moment.
No, I here it. No, we don't hear it. I let it. Now, Nino. Nino. Never, Nino. What was that?
A report from the monitor we sent to the surface to obtain the results of your last nuclear test.
Results? They'll take days to analyze and compute.
I think you will find these figures are correct.
Can't believe it. Where is that man?
You don't recognize the area?
No.
He is in the vicinity where you crashed.
That rock was glowing.
A normal reaction in view of the amount of radiation absorbed. You have a remarkable memory, Doctor, considering the fact that you did not survive the crash.
What do you mean?
The mechanism of your heart had ceased to function. It was necessary for us to revive it. You were dead.
I was dead. So that's what they were doing. You didn't even try to help the pilot. Why did you save me?
Because we had an important need of your services.
Such as?
Look this way, Doctor. You will understand. Here, Doctor. You are the first of your world to be looking at our solar system, the Astron. This is our planet, Astron Delta. It occupies the fourth position in relation to this, our sun.
Yes, go on.
During the 23rd time rotation, our sun began to die. So during the succeeding generations, as our planet began to cool, vegetation began to disappear. Our eyes developed to this state to combat the ever-growing darkness. We were forced to migrate.
You left your planet? Where?
We invaded these neighboring planets. They were nearer to our sun.
You just moved in and took over? How many of you?
All of us, well over 1 billion. There were feeble attempts to stop us, but we were prepared for such contingencies. And now that our sun is about to completely expire, we must move again in order to survive. Yours is the only planet in this solar system capable of supporting our civilization.
This is fantastic. Over 1 billion of you trying to come here to Earth.
We have no alternative. We have been putting our plan to work for some time. At the proper moment, the invasion will be launched from our platforms, which are being readied in space. Nothing can stop us.
Insane. This is ridiculous.
You cannot find your way in or out of this cavern. Do not try to leave.
Could that have been a gremlin? It ain't Vandalville, Key!
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
I should have taken that lift going up Albuquerque.
So, you have discovered our menagerie. Don't you think you will be more at ease on this side of the cage?
Any of this getting through to you, son?
It's horrible. What are you doing here?
We are breeding our, shall I say, armies.
Those carnivorous insects and animals? What have you done to them?
Their growth is due to a change in their genes. With your next nuclear test, these animals will multiply at a rate beyond imagination. When the time comes, we will unleash them. They will spread to every continent and devour every living thing on the surface of the earth.
What good will that do you? How could you expect to survive better than we?
We have provided for that. No, Doctor. Look over there. We will use their bodies to fertilize the soil. Vegetation will rise up in abundance. A new era of civilization will begin.
Gamma rays?
You see, Doctor, we have arranged for everything.
Tell me, is there any insanity in your family?
Wait a minute. All this equipment?
Our nuclear storage units. To date, we have accumulated several billion electron volts as a result of your atomic explosions.
Several billion? Why, a chain reaction at this point could release enough unstable isotopes to create a new and powerful element. Might be impossible to control.
True. An element that will never be known by your scientists. I can assure you the strength of this new element will
Why,
be...
this is a powder keg. Could go off at any minute.
I assure you, Doctor, we have everything under our complete control.
What force could possibly be strong enough to harness the... You control your whole operation by electricity. Of course, no generators. That means you're getting your power from somewhere on the surface. It must be passing through here.
You have heard enough, Dr. Martin. Step inside.
All right. What do you want from me?
You will have access to advanced information relative to the time and strength of the forthcoming atomic tests.
What about it?
You will provide us with that information as soon as it is available.
I see. You're afraid of an overload. You can't tap enough electricity wherever you get it from to control a strong enough charge.
You are a clever man, Doctor. Perhaps too clever.
And what makes you think I'll give you any information?
It is the only way you can save your own life when the time comes. You will be transported to one of our platforms in space and resettled here when our operation is completed.
You're asking me to sabotage the entire world, 3 billion people.
They are doomed in any case.
Yeah? I guess there's no alternative. I'll have to do as you say.
You are lying, Doctor. Your only wish is to betray us.
No.
I know. Your thoughts have been recorded.
Lie detector?
Call it what you like. You force me to resort to other methods. I will contact our space station. You are an unwilling subject, Dr. Martin.
What? Who are you?
I am Lita. You will listen and obey.
What now, wizard?
You will listen to my orders and obey me. You will listen and obey. Listen
and obey.
You will remember nothing you have seen or heard here. Nothing but my orders which you will obey.
Yes.
You will obtain the data and bring it to the stone near the place where your plane was wrecked.
To the stone.
What have you seen or heard here? What have you seen or heard here?
Nothing.
Repeat my orders.
I will obtain the data and bring it to the stone. Well, that's what I did. I took the information to where they told me. I didn't realize I was being mesmerized. Why doesn't somebody say something? Don't you believe me? Kurt, you understand. These giant animals breeding by the millions, they'll devour everything unless we stop them.
Of course, Doug, we will.
Colonel, you've got to arrange to set off another bomb tonight. The strongest charge we have. They're beneath the ground with all their equipment. We can blow them to pieces.
Now, wait a minute.
A strong charge will overload their units. They'll
Don't believe me, Colonel? Major? Kurt?
Of course we do. Easy, Doug, easy.
You think I'm crazy, all of you.
Well, I'm not. Do you understand? Everything I said is true. I saw it with my own eyes.
Give me a hand, Doug.
Now, let me go. Let me go.
Steady, steady, steady. Take it easy now. Take it easy. We'll talk this whole thing over.
What are you doing to me now?
And just rest quietly. That's it.
Nutty as a fruitcake.
Mrs. Martin should be along any minute now. She went for their car. What'll I tell her?
Well, he's in a state of shock. Tell her he's resting quietly.
If you'll excuse me, I think I'd better wait for her at the information desk.
Well, Dr. Martin seems to be indestructible, except for those hallucinations.
Those weren't hallucinations, Colonel. Under the influence of sodium amytal, a patient loses all control of his imagination.
Well, then he shouldn't be able to fabricate those stories.
That's right.
Major, you're not trying to tell us that everything he said was true.
Look, gentlemen, I can only give you the medical facts. As for the rest, you'll have to decide for yourself. Excuse me, please.
Good evening, Dr. Kruger. Chilly, isn't it?
Oh, Mr. Briggs, you startled me. I didn't expect to see anyone here.
Well, neither did I, Doctor.
Well, I suppose you want me to explain why I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
I want to believe Doug. We've worked together a long time. Anyway, I just had to come out here and check for myself.
Check what, Doctor?
For an entrance or an exit to the caverns he described.
I'm afraid you're wasting your time. Have a cigarette, Doctor?
No, thank you.
See, we've already covered the entire area. We couldn't find a thing.
Then, what about that scar? I'd like to see you disprove that.
Oh, Mrs. Martin.
Oh. How is he, Doctor?
Oh, he's resting fine. I think he'll be all right. How's the car?
Keep away from me. Keep away, I said.
Doc!
Let me go. They're after me. Nobody's after you, Dr. Martin. Keep away.
Doc, he's trying to help you.
I don't need the help. I want to see Kurt right away. Now, you control yourself. And I'll call him just as soon as you get back to your room.
Now, you get back into bed and I'll call Dr. Kruger.
I've got to figure something out before he gets here. Need a pencil, some paper, and a slide rule.
I'll see that you get it. Oh, can I have Dr. Kruger, please?
Dr. Kruger speaking. Oh, yes, Major. How is he? All right, I'll be over in a few minutes.
Doug. Doug. Kurt.
Ellen, I got here as soon as I could. Is there anything wrong?
He's much better. Imagine he's even started working. He asked for paper and a slide rule.
It's interesting. Wonder what he's up to.
Formulas, equations. Anyway, whatever he says, pretend to agree with him. Major Cliff's orders.
Of course.
Doug. Doug, Kurt's here.
Hello, Doug.
Just a second, I'm almost finished.
I'll take your hat.
Thank you.
Kurt, let's face it. I know that you all think there's something wrong with me.
No, of course not.
No, I wouldn't blame you after the story I told last night.
Well, frankly, you did have us a little worried, asking that the bomb be dropped because of what you said.
You don't believe me either. Kurt, I tell you, I've been there. I've seen what they're doing, breeding animals into carnivorous monsters. But I don't need a bomb to stop them. I've figured it out. It's all here. Now, look. Here's the nuclear strength of our last test. And this is the amount of electricity needed to control it.
Let me see that.
I had to estimate the conversion rates of their transformers.
These figures are correct. Such transformers must operate on a constant supply of electricity. Where could they get that much electric power?
Only one way. They must tap it from the main lines at the powerhouse. Could do it by parallel induction. Nobody'd ever know the difference. All we have to do is to cut it off.
Must be a chick thing.
We can't do that. It would cause untold damage for miles around. Such a power stoppage must be planned in advance.
8 to 10 seconds, that's all I need. That gap in supply will short out their resistors and the whole thing will go up. But you won't go along with that. No, not you.
Doug, get back in bed.
Grab the car keys. There's
Now, look, you're carrying this
out of my way.
Doug!
Please call the main gate and try to stop Dr. Martin.
Doug took the car. Hurry!
Dr. Martin! Stop! Stop! He did what? How long ago? Right, we'll leave immediately.
What's wrong, Colonel?
Dr. Martin. He's on his way to the powerhouse, wants to cut off the power supply.
Let's go.
I couldn't stop him, Doctor. He went that way.
Okay, you run up the stairs. I'll look here. There's his car. Come on, hurry. He isn't back there. Let's go.
Where's the driver of this car? He went into the building.
We gotta take the stairs. What do you want?
Where are the main switches?
What's the matter with you? You sleepwalking or something, mister?
Where are the switches that control the Soledad Flats area?
I said, where are they? This way. Oh. Control room. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Come on, show me those switches. Come on.
All right.
Cut that power.
Now look, mister, be reasonable.
I said cut it. Now the next one. Next. Go on.
That'll turn the power off for 100 miles.
Do as I say.
Here it is.
Stay where you are. Put down that gun, Dr. Martin. I'm warning you, Colonel. Come any closer and I'll kill you. Now the next one. What's this one?
That's the master switch.
Cut it.
Doug, please, don't.
I said cut it. Get back or I'll kill him. Go on, get back. Go on, get back. Do as he says. Give me 10 seconds after I cut the power. If I'm insane, nothing will happen and you can do what you want with me. But if I'm right... Now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Over here. Soledad Flats, right in the button. Just as he said.
He blew them to pieces.
I hated to do that, but I've got to get some sleep.
Is it all over, Rock?
I guess so.
I didn't think it'd be like this.
Go.
Hello, hope you enjoyed our holiday special, Killers from Space, with Peter Graves. And if you can, go to YouTube under Donald O'Malley or Don's Breakfast Cereal Show and keep an eye out for my show, much like I just did. Cut.
Andy, you go outside and see that everything's locked up tonight. All right, Bradford.
Stay where you are and keep your trap shut.
So, Whitey, I thought you had 10 more years to serve.
Yeah. But I was so anxious to get square with you that I busted out. I could have knocked you off when I first come in, but I had to face the judge when he handed me my rap, and I want you to do the same.
You're crazy.
Maybe stir crazy. If I am, I got you to blame for it. I've been laying up there in a pen while the Black Raven's been doing pretty good for himself. We were partners when the dough was rolling in, but when the law cracks down, you don't know me from a yellow dog.
All of a sudden, you got too smart to take orders. When I saw what was coming, I protected myself. Why should I get into jam? Because you were a fool.
That's your story. It's the way it looks from where I stand. You double-crossed me so you could grab the works.
You could be wrong about that.
Yes. And I could be right. You weren't satisfied with a 50% cut. So now I'm going to give you a 100% payoff.
Andy, come here, quick.
easy, man. Don't break his neck.
Oh, I wanted to make sure I had him.
No doubt about that. He don't know his own strength. We'll take him to my room. Bring him along. Put him in that chair.
What's the matter? Didn't he like the service?
He's suffering from rapid delusions aggravated by a moronic mentality.
Is that bad?
Might prove fatal.
I hope it ain't catching.
Let up on me, Raven. I won't bother you no more. I'm quite sure you won't bother me anymore.
What are you going to do with me?
You've still got another 10 years to serve. That'll keep you busy for a while.
Don't turn me in. I'll promise to leave the country and never come back.
I'd be a fool to take a chance on trusting you when I don't have to.
I'm told you can slip a hot guy across the Canadian border.
I don't think I know you.
I'm Mike Bardoni. You're the Black Raven. Now have that mug put my car away.
Handy? Oh, I'd like to dry out sometime tonight.
Maybe you'd like to see today's paper.
Register, please.
I don't think so. I'm in a hurry to get across the border.
It's liable to rain all night. You may as well be comfortable.
Well, maybe I'd better.
Mike Bardoni, the big shot. In solid with the state organization. Taking the underground to Canada. What's the answer?
My racket's paying off big, so Tim Winfield decides to take over and make me an office boy. When I don't play that way, he tosses me to the coppers. I'll come back when the heat's off and settle with him.
Tim Winfield, huh? He's a bad man to fool with. Others have learned the hard way.
All right, so it won't be easy. You think I got where I did by being a cream puff? How about some grub? I didn't take time to stop and eat.
I'll see what I can do for you.
Listen, buddy, the bridge is washed out. You'll have to turn back.
Oh, dear, are you sure I can't get through?
I just said the bridge was washed out. I'm sorry.
But just a minute, mister. Are you sure it's impossible to cross?
Listen, buddy, if it was possible to cross, you don't think I would be standing here?
Oh, no, of course not, mister. But how am I going to get over?
You are nuts.
But is there no other way? This is a matter of life and death.
Whose? Yours or mine?
Oh, please, now you're joking. There must be other roads.
Sure there is, but they're all washed out.
Well, have you any idea how long it'll be before the bridge will be fixed?
That just depends upon how long this storm is going to last. But if you must wait a while, there is a little shack down the road belonging to the highway police.
Oh, no. If I have to wait, I'd much rather take a room for the night or until the storm subsides.
Well, then turn back about a mile to a place called the Black Raven. They might be able to put you up.
Oh, thank you.
You are welcome. The bridge has been washed out. You'll have to turn back.
Do you have any idea how long it'll be before we can get through?
I'm afraid it won't be for some time.
Is there any other way across the border?
No, sir. All the other bridges have been washed out, too.
Do you know of any place around here that we can stay until the storm blows over?
Yeah, a mile back down the road is a place called the Black Raven. I'm sure you can get accommodations there for the night.
The Black Raven?
The Black Raven.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
What are we going to do?
I don't know, darling. But we're not going to give up, even if your father's political influence did keep us from getting a marriage license in this state.
I wish we hadn't tried to elope.
Why, dear?
Father's a vindictive man, and I'm afraid he'd make trouble for you.
He has no political influence in Canada.
We're not in Canada yet.
No, but we will be. We'll manage somehow in the morning.
I hope so, before Father catches up with us.
Well, we'd better get out of here before this storm gets any worse.
I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon.
Yeah? What for?
I just beg your pardon, that's all.
Don't bother me, screwball.
Are you the proprietor?
No. He's out in the kitchen scaring up something to eat.
Good evening. Did you want a room?
Yes, the highway bridge was washed out.
So I heard. Let me take these.
Oh, never mind. I'll carry these.
All right. This way, please. Your register, please. Going to Canada?
Yes, I thought I'd spend my vacation up there.
Excuse me.
Why don't you watch what you're doing?
Sorry, pal. I hope I didn't break your bottle of cologne.
I'll show you up your room. Oh, Andy, there's another car outside. One's putting away.
Another one? This keeps up, I'll never get dry.
Will it Andy have the key to your car?
Oh, yes, of course.
You come with me. Nasty weather for traveling.
I'd consider that an understatement. The bridge is washed out, you know.
I know. Will you register, please?
Yes, thanks.
Miss Winfield. Any relation to Tim Winfield?
He's my father. Do you know him?
Known him by reputation. He's a very prominent man.
You see, we lack his blessing. That's why we're planning on being married across the border.
I can well understand that. I may as well take you all up at the same time.
Fine.
Oh, would you pardon me for just a moment? If you're ready, I'll have Andy take you on your way.
Oh, there's no hurry. I'll stick around for a while. I like it here.
Suit yourself. I'm sorry. This way, please. I'll be with you in a minute, Mr. Smith.
Thank you.
I hope you'll find this room comfortable, Miss Winfield.
It's very nice, thank you.
I can give you a room across the hall, Mr. Bentley.
Well, that'll be fine, thank you. I'll be with you in just a minute.
I'm terribly afraid.
Now, everything's going to be all right, darling. We'll cross the border and be married in spite of Mr. Winfield and all his henchmen. Remember, don't worry.
Thanks for following me up here, Tim.
I didn't follow you. What you do means nothing to me.
I wouldn't be surprised if you changed your mind about that. I don't like to be kicked round.
You outgrow your hat, Mike. There's no one the organization can't get along without.
I'm glad to hear that, because they may have to get along without you.
Well, seldom I have such a distinguished guest as Mr. Winfield.
You know me.
I've had business with you, indirectly. You seem to have gotten wet.
Yeah, my car went into the ditch. Had to walk half a mile or so.
Oh, that's too bad. Put on this robe of mine, why don't you, while your coat dries?
Thanks. It may help me from catching cold. What business did you have with me indirectly?
I don't think you'll be interested in talking about that now. Excuse me while I get a jacket for myself.
There's another car out front, Mr. Oh, pardon me. I thought you was Mr. Bradford. Andy, come here. Mr. Bradford, there's another car out front.
Never mind about that. That prisoner escaped. You've got to search the house from top to bottom. You've got to find him.
Who searched for who? He may be dangerous.
He is very dangerous. That's why you must find him right away.
And that don't make me anxious to find him.
Where's Bentley? I've been trying to catch up with him.
I don't give information about my guests.
You know who I am. You better cooperate with me if you hope to stay in business. I warned you to stay away from my daughter, and you brought her here.
That's right. And as soon as we reach Canada, we're going to be married.
You'll never get to Canada.
Look here, Mr. Winfield. Lee and I love each other. Not even you can stop us. I could kill you for that.
A lot of people have felt that same way about me. But I'm still very much alive.
I hope for Lee's sake that you and I might someday be reconciled. But I won't take that, not even from her father.
You'll take more than that. I haven't even started on you. Lee isn't quite 21, and I'm going to have you prosecuted for kidnapping. I'll make sure you get the limit.
Andy, don't stand around there. Do what I told you.
Yes. Connect me with the headquarters of the state police. That's what I said, the state police.
What's going to happen? Why is Father calling the police?
He'd call out the Marines if he could to keep us from getting married.
Operator. Operator, are you asleep? This phone's dead. It was all right a minute ago.
You probably noticed there's a bad storm going on. Anything could happen.
Once more, I forbid you to marry this fellow, and I expect to be obeyed.
You've no right to allow a stubborn prejudice to interfere with my happiness.
I'll be the judge of that. We'll go to your room, and you'll stay there till I can take you home. You were a fool to think you could put anything over on me.
We'll see.
Keep your chin up. Race can't always be against you.
Thanks. Things look pretty black right now.
You dislike Alan because he had the courage to oppose you in politics.
I dislike him. That's enough.
Why should you care who I marry? You've never shown much affection for me, and you can hardly expect me to show much love for a father I can't even respect.
What do you mean by that?
Don't you suppose I can understand the dirty politics that's kept you in power? Do you think I'm such a fool as not to know where you get your money?
And I can also thank Bentley for turning you against your own father.
He had nothing to do with it. I knew about you before I met him.
Well, you better start to forget him, because you'll not see him anymore.
Help! Help! Someone tried to break into my room.
Man or a woman?
A man, I suppose. Why would a woman want to break into my room?
Yeah, I guess you're right.
This is no joking matter. My life may be in danger.
All right, all right. I'll go look under the bed for you.
Thank you.
Everything's all right here.
Someone tried to open that door.
That door's locked. Must have rattled in the wind.
I don't think so. It sounded exactly as if someone was trying to pick the lock.
It's just your imagination. You look very familiar to me. Where have I seen you before?
I'm sure we've never met before. I suppose I remind you of someone else.
I never forget a face. Something about you is impressed in my memory. Maybe it's the decorations. I got it. You're Horace Weatherby, the missing bank cashier. I've seen your picture in the papers.
I don't know what you're talking about.
How much did you get away with?
I didn't get away with anything. I'm on my vacation, and I have a right to go where I like and do what I please.
How much did you get away with? I could find out for myself by opening that satchel.
No, wait a minute. I'll tell you. $50,000.
That's far from being peanuts. You better turn that money over to me.
No, I won't. This is my last and only chance to live, and I won't give it up. All my life, I've been nothing but an animated dadding machine. I wasn't supposed to have any feelings or emotions. They just wound me up once a week with that little salary check that was supposed to make me tick until the next Saturday. And traveling back and forth to work in that crowded subway with its smell of sweat and garlic, all I could think of was fresh air and the out of doors. I never planned to embezzle any money, but the chance just came one day, and I took it.
That money goes back where it belongs.
I can't give it back now that I've gone this far.
I've no desire to see you sent to prison. If I take that money back, you're free to do what you like. It's that or stand trial for embezzlement.
They're jumping from behind. Who? A whole bunch of them.
Take your foot out of that clothesline and you won't be attacked anymore.
Oh. Well, it could have been a fellow that tried to kill you. How was I to know?
You want the back stairs. I'm going to look around here for a while and I'll meet you on the second floor. None of my business, but it might be a good idea if you were to keep out of sight for a while.
I'm not running away.
I blame your stepdaughter. In there.
Dead. Something must have hit him a terrific blow on the head. It gave me a funny feeling when I seen him laying there with your robe on. For a minute, I thought it was you. Did you look around to see if anyone was hiding in the room? No, sir. As soon as I seen that corpse, I left right now.
Let me out! Let me out of here!
You better stay here.
What happened? Why is everybody so excited?
Your father met with an accident. You don't think that I...
Oh, no. No, you couldn't have.
Oh, dear, how awful. How'd it happen?
Evidently, someone didn't like him.
Oh.
There's nobody upstairs. One of our guests seems to be missing.
Yeah. How about that fellow that's trying to register, John Smith?
Well, there's your murderer. Might be. Go and see if any of the cars are missing, and make sure that none leave.
Yes.
Come on in and shut the door.
Where's that money?
Is that the $64 question?
Quit stalling. That little shrimp had 50 grand in his satchel, and Winfield took it away from him.
And then what?
Well, somebody's got that money now, and it could be you.
So you killed Winfield?
We won't worry about who killed Winfield. Where's that dough?
I don't know. Thank you for telling me about it.
Well, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Maybe that young fella got himself a wedding present the hard way.
Anything's possible, but I don't believe that's the answer.
But where's that money now? It isn't a pigeon that could fly home by itself.
It's a wonder they wouldn't keep that cellar door locked before somebody breaks their neck.
Mr. Barnes! Mr. Barnes! Mr. Barnes!
What is it this time?
Someone down the cellar.
You probably heard a mouse.
I didn't hear nothing. I seen a shadow.
Plenty of shadows down there. Yeah, but they stay put. They don't move around.
With your imagination, you could see the Statue of Liberty do a conga. Hi, hello, Sheriff. What brings you out on a night like this?
Phone operator said someone from here was trying to call the state police, and the phone went dead.
That's right, but he won't need them now.
No? Why not?
Because he's like the phone. Dead.
Yeah. Died kind of sudden, didn't he?
I think he was murdered.
Murdered? And you act like that's nothing to get excited about? Where's the body?
You'd have to go upstairs.
All right, lead the way. Don't any of you leave this room.
There he is.
Who is it?
Tim Winfield.
Tim Winfield? Why, he's one of the big men in the state. They've got to land someone for this murder.
That ought to be easy for a man of your ability.
Don't you worry about my ability. What do you know about this murder?
No more than you do at the moment.
Well, I'll decide about that later. Who found the body?
Andy. He was looking for an escaped convict.
So you think you can explain this murder by pulling an imaginary convict out of a hat, do you? Oh, I thought you could do better than that. Let's go downstairs. I want to talk to Andy before I do any more investigating. Did you find the body, Andy?
Uh-huh.
You sure he was dead when you found him?
Well, he didn't say whether he was or not, and I didn't stop to ask no questions. Hey, you ain't thinking maybe I done it?
Never mind what I'm thinking. You answer my question.
Well, I didn't have no reason to kill nobody, but he did, to keep himself from being arrested for kidnapping. They had a fight right here in this here room, and I heard him say he could kill the other fella.
So you had a fight with the court, huh?
My father objected to Alan and I being married. That was all.
Let him answer my question. And I'm warning you, whatever you say can be used against you. Where were you when the murder was committed?
Right here in this room.
Who was with you?
No one. I was alone.
Well, that's not much of an alibi. And the corpse was trying to call the state police to have you arrested for kidnapping. Well, you can't beat that for a motive. I guess we can call this crime solved without much trouble.
You're more stupid than usual, Sheriff. That boy isn't a murderer.
Maybe you were mixed up in this, too. I've had my suspicion about your business here at the tavern for a long while.
Yes, I noticed that. It's been very amusing.
Yeah, well, maybe it won't be so funny one of these days. You come with me while I finish looking around upstairs. You better stay here, Don.
No, I'm going with you.
Don't stand there and argue. Come on.
It's too bad you weren't born without a tongue instead of without a brain.
Well, I didn't want him to think I done it.
All right, he doesn't think you've done it, so get out.
Yes.
You're not planning on having John Law get me out of your way, are you?
You're not in my way. I'm not going to have that boy take a rap for a murder he didn't commit.
Oh, the Raven's turned soft all of a sudden. He just wants to get the kid out of a jam. He's not a bit interested in the 50 grand.
Believe it or not, that's the way it is.
I don't believe it. That dough's around here someplace and nobody elbows me out of the way.
I beg your pardon.
What's the idea of pushing me down the stairs?
I really didn't push you.
Well, maybe it was an accident. What do you want anyhow?
You have the keys to my car. Will you give them to me, please?
No. Mr. Bradford says no one's to leave here.
But the sheriff has the murderer. There's no longer any need for the rest of us to remain.
Mr. Bradford says no one leaves, and no one leaves till he tells me different.
But I'm afraid to stay here. I know there's going to be more violence, and my nerves can't stand that sort of thing.
Ain't no use arguing. If I can stand it, you can. Come on, get out.
What did you hit him with? You'd better confess. It'll save me the trouble of looking for the murder weapon, and it'll be easier on you.
I've nothing to confess.
He couldn't do a thing like that, Sheriff. You must believe me.
But lady, you've got to cooperate with the law or keep quiet.
If you would allow anyone to cooperate, you might not make such a fool of yourself.
When I want your advice, I'll ask for it.
You're going to have my advice whether you want it or not. You're trying to pin a murder on the wrong man.
You said that sure he's innocent. Maybe you're guilty.
Maybe I am. You don't know that I'm not.
Are you confessing to the murder?
Certainly not. I'm merely trying to point out that you don't know who's guilty.
You're just trying to confuse me, that's all. He's guilty, and I'll have no trouble to convict him.
Come on, get in there. You know better than I am.
No, you don't. Where did Winfield go when he took that money away from you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Quit stalling. I heard the whole thing. Maybe Winfield hid that money someplace. Where'd he go?
I don't know.
Hey, did you kill Winfield?
Don't say a thing like that again. Somebody might think you meant it.
Now, why don't you confess and take life instead of the chair?
I tell you, I've nothing to confess.
Oh, now, you're just being foolish, that's all. You can't beat this case. Tim Winfield's got a lot of important friends, and they'll make it their business to see that you're convicted.
Run out, run! Turn me loose. All of you.
You've done that on purpose.
I'm terribly sorry. I hope you didn't hurt yourself.
Come here. Down.
Sorry he made that break. It makes it look worse for him.
It's his only chance. That crooked political bunch would be only too glad to railroad him, to get him out of the way.
Yes, that's true enough. We've got to find the murderer. You wait in your room till I see what can be done.
take another break?
I thought so, too. Guess it must have been the thunder.
It wasn't thunder. I was standing by the window and I saw the gun flash. I'm afraid Alan's been hurt.
Now, don't you be frightened. He had plenty of time to get away.
He might have tried to come back on my account.
Don't worry about something that probably never happened.
Why does that copper come downstairs and go on about his business? Hmm?
I really don't know.
Maybe the Raven is cooking up something with him to put the skids under me. Mugs bother me. Maybe one of you knows where that money is. Anyway, I'm not giving you a chance to scram with that dough while my back's turned.
But I assure you...
Never mind about that. I'll see that you stay put. Come on, start moving. Get down those stairs.
I don't like it down there.
Neither do I.
Who asked you what you like? Get down there. I guess that'll hold you.
You're hiding down here. I've seen his shadow creeping along the wall. What are we going to do? We may have to fight for our lives.
Where's that copper?
Outside catching cold, I hope.
Maybe the gal here knows something. She could have been slipped the satchel.
What's he talking about?
He has an idea that someone has a satchel full of money.
Now, you're not kidding anyone. There's 50 grand around here someplace.
There's also a murder to be cleared up.
If you don't stop talking about that, there's apt to be another one.
Now you're quite satisfied, no money's here, perhaps you'll untie us.
It's around here someplace, and you're going to stay right where you are until I find it. I've got the place to myself now. I can give it a real going over.
Afraid I'd overlooked this possibility.
I don't believe there's anybody else down here.
You can't tell for sure.
Well, it's all your fault. You'd given me the keys to my car, I wouldn't be in this predicament. You've got to get me out of here. I'm going to find something to break down the door. Now let go! I'm not going to stay locked up here down there with a murder.
Shut up or I'll bust you one.
But I got to get away from here or I'll go crazy.
Look here. You're better off down here than you would be up there at the river.
On here.
There's someone hiding over there.
Find out who that is. Come out with your hands up or I'll shoot. So you thought you could escape the gallows, eh? I'll make sure you don't try that again. Go on, get upstairs.
I'll have you free in a minute. Hurt you?
No.
Where'd that shot come from? Did you fire that shot?
I did not.
Alan, are you hurt?
No, darling. I wouldn't have been caught if it hadn't been for those two nitwits.
Andy, you going about your work.
Mr. Bradford, it wasn't my fault. I was locked down in the basement. I couldn't...
Get out of here.
Yeah.
What's the matter with you? Have you lost your mind again?
Dead man.
Dead? That bullet was meant for me. Well, there's another murder for you. Go ahead and solve it. Maybe you can pull something out of a hat. Ooh. I give up. The sheriff can handle this to suit himself.
It stopped raining. I can leave now. Will you give me the keys to my car?
You can have them as far as I'm concerned.
I'll be happy to see the last of this place.
You'd better see the sheriff before you leave.
Yes, I will. You heard him. Give me my keys.
All right.
Now, look here, Sheriff. Maybe you didn't commit the second murder, but I've sure got you for the first.
But, Sheriff, you're making a terrible mistake.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Just a minute, Mr. Weatherby. You killed Tim Winfield.
No, that's not true. I didn't kill anyone.
You're going to run away and let young Bentley suffer for your crime.
If that's another murder, I'm going screwy.
Move over, Sheriff.
Who fired those shots? What goes on here?
Here's the man who killed Winfield, Sheriff.
Him? Why, I wouldn't suspect him of having the nerve to kill a rabbit.
Now, just a minute, Sheriff. Let me explain.
Shut up. What makes you think he killed Winfield?
The evidence was clear enough. Although it did take a little intelligence to unravel it. Also, he has the money. The other murderer is there. He was an escaped convict. Whitey Cole, who was after me.
Why'd you kill Winfield?
I didn't mean to kill him. But when he took the money away from me, it was just as if he'd torn my heart out. You see, I'd gambled everything on that last chance to live, and without the money, it was useless. As I sat there thinking about that, I got desperate. I picked up the footstool and followed him into a room where he'd gone to hide the money. I hit him as hard as I could. I wanted to hurt him, but I didn't think it'd kill him. And then I threw the satchel out the window, planning on picking it up when I could.
Mr. Bradford, you're hurt.
I guess Whitey has paid off in full.
Thanks, Mr. Bradford.
I hope you'll both be very happy.
Hello, back already. That was the end of Killers from Space, our holiday special. Hope you enjoyed it, starring the great Peter Graves. And if you ever missed one of my shows, go to YouTube under Donald O'Malley or Don's Breakfast Cereal Show and hit like and subscribe, and you'll never miss one of my shows. Good night, folks. Stay safe. and hopefully I can find my way out here. Where'd the camera guys go? Guys, this ain't funny. I can't see. I can't see. Oh, that's it. All right. Thanks, folks. Hello, thanks for tuning in to Don's Breakfast Cereal Show. If you missed one of my shows, go to YouTube under Donald O'Malley or Don's Breakfast Cereal Show. Hit like and subscribe, and you'll never miss one of my shows. So hope to see you next week. Stay safe. Be kind to each other. Good night, folks. How do I get out of here? Gotta be a way out of here.